Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. So, I just noticed something here, which is I got one more colony I can set up. And now we're officially contesting Great Britain for all of Central Africa, which I'm feeling pretty pleased about. So, that should be good, and we should be able to outrun them because our colonization is off the charts. So, let's get started here. We are building up the extra military shipyards that we need in order to build, in order to establish that company. And let me just make sure, no, produce steel-hulled ships, please. Steel-hulled ships, please. He's still only a regular tier political operator. It'll take some time before he becomes really, really good at stuff, but he's still pretty good at stuff. Feminist only modifies, yeah, it only modifies the women's suffrage thing, which is just fine. We can't do women's suffrage anyway, because we don't have voting. Haha, Lamau, got him. Alright. We've actually got the Catholic Church marginalized, which is pretty rare in a run like this. Another end of spring event. And we've got a mining accident. A mine in the French Low Countries has collapsed, trapping miners within the dark shafts below. The scale of the accident has made it a tragedy. Has made the tragedy a story across French Low Countries and the nation. Oh, that was a good line read. Oh, there we go. They dug me out, but left my friend behind. That was all the foreman was able to get out of the wretched boy. Sooty rags clung to him like wispy strands of a torn funeral jacket. Whether he held back his tears for fear of a beating or to keep strong, the foreman did not know. He was spent for the day. The foreman hoped the manager had a mind for mercy. This is a small price to pay for the march of industry, stronger industrialists and happier, lower stardom pops radicalized. This outrageous abuse of the common man cannot continue. Trade unions happier, upper stardom pops radicalized, or these mines are a blight upon man and countryside alike. Middle stardom pops middle stardom pops radicalized rural folk, stronger and happier. I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm a simple cat. I see an opportunity to strengthen the industrialists, I do it. Okay, so we already changed the motor industries in Normandy, did we not? Yes, we did indeed. Now let's take a look at the power plants here. They are trying to downsize, but okay, no, now they're hiring. Now they're hiring. All right, so we're doing well. Let me just increase the game speed here. Let me just make sure these get all the way up to their break point, and then we'll see to their maximum, and then we'll see if that provides a sufficiency of power. Ever-increasing influence. Members of the Anti-British League have discreetly dispatched one of their number to amplify their mission in the Kingdom of France's most widely read newspaper. The Anti-British League has calculated with utmost mastery the dissemination of materials to secure a foothold in both the political world and the public's imagination. With great satisfaction, a lobbyist comments, there is no denying that the number and reach of newspapers is ever expanding. This approach is sure to reach influential lawmakers to favor our scheme. This sets a bad precedent, armed forces a little unhappy, or this is ingenious, legitimacy penalty, but more appeasement of the Anti-British League. I'm going to do the first one. I'm okay with the armed forces being a little salty. They're doing just fine in opinion, and Alright, so they're producing barely enough electricity to function, to be honest, but I don't want to go too far too fast because I'm researching steam turbine right now. And it actually seems, yeah, really close. 7 weeks. So I shouldn't need to build too many more of these than the ones I'm building already. 8 weeks to the military shipyards in Provence. The Moulin Rouge. Here we are now. Entertain us. The opening of a luxurious cabaret at the foot of the Montmartre hill has made the nightlife of Paris considerably lively, attracting, of course, the attention and suspicions of the conservatives. The woman sighs throughout the report in a smoke-induced room. Incense and cigarettes are indistinguishable. So is vapor, even though it's impossible to know where it's coming from. The music is muffled here, thick as syrup. Thank you for the company on these cold nights, she purrs. tossing the document into the fire. We were much in need of some extra fuel. That place has it all. Extra urban center throughput, reduced authority. Or, this immoral joint will be shut down at once. 2% of pops in France become more radical. Extra authority. I'm going to take the authority. That's going to make my interest groups happier. The Army of West Africa has returned from exile. Wonderful. So, Austria, who are you fighting? Oh, Mexico. I see. Mexico is losing a war with the United States really, really badly. Well, that'll be it. Kind of a shock that they've held on to this territory for so long, but probably that's what this war is about. Yep, that's what it's about. And the UK is on the other side as well. Dang. They're going buck wild over there. Alright, so power plants in Manin-Anjou are almost finished. So now I'm going to go to Manin-Anjou. And we're going to swap over the motor industries here as well. Shortage of engines. Are you jerking my peanuts? No, it's just the power plants are trying to hire. Yeah, now they're hiring. Ho, now they're hiring. Oh, they're hiring as fuck. Hiring as fuck, boy. Alright, so there's the steam turbine. I'm just going to grab all the power plants in the country and swap them over to steam power. That's going to use a lot more coal and a lot less wood, and it's going to make things way, way more efficient. Just take a second here to do that. Oh yeah, and I also got sea lane strategies. Huzzah! Ooh, and I've got arcades available for urban centers. I'm going to go to that to the extent to which it's possible. That's going to make our urban centers put out a lot more services. Alright, so I've got those things built. I can establish a new company. Let's grab the... who are the fellas? Was it Brittany Motor? No, their formation speed. It was something. There was something with a much better... Can you tell it's a new session? There's something with a much better ability. Was it you boys? Army offense? Rhine? No, it was the heavy tank guys. Where's the... Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're also Navy offense. That's incredible. Beautiful. So, Forge et Chantière de la Méditerranée. So, let me see. I can't give them investment rights because I don't have enough authority. Interesting. I can't give them industry rights to steel mills either. Assets they currently own the military shipyards in Provence. I'm going to subsidize those. And let me see. I think I'm actually going to cut a consumption tax. I'll cut the consumption tax. I'll cut the consumption tax on fine art. No, the one on opium is more efficient. And then I'll give them investment rights. And this costs me authority now, because I'm over my limit of corporate charters, but it's worth it. I'm also subsidizing their primary business to make them more efficient, affordable, you know. Alright, so I've swapped over to coal-fired power plants. That's going to make... Where is... So first of all, engines, we're still exporting, we're exporting a lot of engines. Alright, that's good. We're building more power plants in Brittany now. Coal is still reasonably priced in our market, which is pretty rock solid. Hardwood is a little bit pricey, although we're bringing some in from overseas. And softwood is extremely cheap. Although, again, we're bringing some in from overseas. Kind of curious, kind of weird. Let's grab the... Let's take advantage of the more efficient method now of the power plants to So swap over to electric sewing machines. Does that make them more efficient? I can't tell. No, not even a little bit. Alright. What about automatic power looms? No, that's going to be even worse. Actually, let's do logging. Let's electrify logging. That'll be even better. There we go. And now, if we go to focused harbor production, will that be more efficient? Yes, at least by a little. And if we use steam donkeys, even more so. Rail transport or rail log carts? There we go. That's cool. I'm going to go to rail transport to the extent possible. Ooh, what about for these? That is more efficient. Whaling stations, more efficient. Oil rigs. Ooh, we got combustion engine derrick. Absolutely. And then tanker cars. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. For logging camps, what if we go to chainsaws? Chainsaws I find is rarely efficient, but it apparently is in some cases. Heck yes. Public motor carriages, cars instead of engines. Will that be more efficient? It will a little bit. Alright, so we're modernizing the economy. I'm going to go to rail transport for our plantations. Before I forget, that's generally going to make them more efficient. Then we'll do a round of power expansions if needed, because we just did a bunch of things that cost more power. And then finally, we'll go to we'll do a round of infrastructure expansion. Dahomey is damaging relations. How absolute bear. Okay, livestock ranges are good. Maybe electric fences as well. Nice. Alright, that's made them more efficient. Wonderful. Alright. And automotive industries can't do assembly line yet. We can do mass production of cars once we've got... what tech does this require? Oh, compression ignition. That tech's hot and fresh out the kitchen. Steel mills? Steel mills still can't do better than hand assembly. Bit of a shock, really. Alright, I've run myself out of things. Alright, let's swap the over to electrics in Brittany. Give it one more week to let the numbers settle, and then we'll start a new construction project. Well, for one thing, we need a bunch more automotive industry, but what else is new? So, first of all, transport. How are we doing? We're doing mostly okay. Power. How are we doing? In the metropole, we're doing mostly okay. Ménage still needs more. I'm just going to sort by consumption. So Ménage, so each level produces, I think, 50? Yeah, it's going to be 50 per, Wait, has Ménage, have these motor industries not... Oh, cripes. Hold on. Have these power plants gotten fully employed yet? They are. Okay, so... And this is, yeah, 50 per level. Alright, just making sure. So, electricity in the French market. Ménage, we need just about 2,000. So that's 40 levels? I think that's right. Yeah, 2 levels to 100, 20 levels to 1,000. Yeah, we need like 40 levels. I'm gonna do 37 levels, just to make it even, and because we're gonna get some extras from throughput. We need about 1,000 in Normandy, so we'll build 15. Brittany, we still need way more. Although Brittany, I think you're not producing fully yet, so I'm gonna ignore that. Burgundy, you're fully producing. Alright, so you need more levels. By a lot, actually. Oh, no, not by that much. By like 6. Auvergne-Limousin, you're good. Let me see. Languedoc, you could use a level or 2. Ile-de-France, 4 levels. Assess the Rennes, you're just fine. Rhône, 2 more levels. Guyenne, 2 more levels. Rennes du Nord, you're fine. Let me see. A couple of these other regions need 1 more. Württemberg, you're already building more, although you're not in my you're in my union, but not in my country. Franche-Comté, you're fine. Your ones just need to produce more. Let me see. Tunisia, you need 2 more levels. Algiers, you need 1. Constantine, Savoy, you need 2. Inner Morocco, you're doing okay. Guinea, you need 1 more. Niger Delta, you need... No, Niger Delta, you're good. Stop pretending. Wadai, you're good. Oran, you're fine. Windward Coast, you're fine. Wallonia, you're just pretending not to be fine. Western Sahara, you're good. Alright, so now all these countries are below 50. So all of those ones are going to be good to go. Alright, so that's the electricity needs of the country. And now, the transport needs. Provence... Well, actually, no. Let's do places that need infrastructure first, and then we'll fill in the rest with more transport. Or I could go to electric railways. Let's do that. Let's do that and see if that solves the transport problem. Obviously, it's going to make the power problem worse, but, you know, them's the breaks. The growing pains of a new economy. The Metropolitan Railway. The grand opening of the Paris Metropolitan Railway was received with much celebration. In his speech, the king congratulated the engineers who made this possible. It is not the only railway that is electrified, but the whole city of Paris. The streets are abuzz, with citizens marveling at the wonders of technology, speculating about the new innovation that will transform our lives for the better. The engineers deserve the reward. 50% of engineer pops become more loyal. 25% better railway throughput in the capital permanently, or our railway will be the envy of the world. Same railway throughput bonus, but we get prestige instead of loyalists. I'm going to go with the second one. Hell yes. Hell yes. Now, we're using even more power, so, No, I don't want to do another power pass yet. I'm going to let these all finish out, and then we'll take another look. Then we'll take another look at how things look. The one thing I do want to check is the ones in Brittany are continuing to hire. Just going to check here and make sure that the price of electricity is going down. Excellent. We are now producing luxury goods. And what does Schneider and Company produce? You produce Schneider guns. Ooh, prestige artillery. Wonderful. Let me see. Forger et Chantier de la Méditerranée. Let me see. You own a bunch of things now. I think I can stop subsidizing these shipyards at this point. If I can find them. That'll be fine. Alright, Baratza Uprising. Yeah, that's not going to be a problem. We'll go ahead and send the Army of East Africa this time. We'll get a little exercise. Get a little chance to get out in the sun. Have a good time. See the world. By the world, I mean Africa. And we have a treaty request from Greece. They want paper. Well, what will you give me for it? Trade privileges? Excellent. Wonderful. Alright, let's take another look and see if we can get, Actually, no. I'm going to wait until my reputation is reputable, and then I'm going to see if I can get Spain and/or Portugal into the customs union once again. I know it looks like there's a lot of shortages of a lot of things in my country, but it's really going great, actually. TBH, it's going awesome, and I'm feeling great, and everything's fine. Actually, everything's fine. All right, we'll do another pass for power. Now that we've done all that stuff, once again, I'm gonna sort by demand. Yeah, Menanjou, I guess I just sort of overbuilt that one a little bit, but that's fine. Alright, so, Auvergne-Limousin, you're going to need a few more levels. 4 should be fine. Alsace-Lorraine, you're going to need 3. I'm definitely doing it based on the number and not just based on my desire to have even round numbers of things. Let's do the same for Languedoc. Ile-de-France, doing fine, actually. Rhône, you're good. You'll need a little bit more. Aquitaine, you'll need a little bit more. French Low Countries, doubled. Guyenne, 1 more. Rhénanie du Nord, 2 more. Poitou-Saintonge, 2 more. Hesse, you're fine. You're completely fine, actually. Lorraine, 2 more. Orléans-Berry, 2 more. Provence, actually no, Provence is fine. Picardie, 2 more. Franche-Comté, 2 more. 1 more in Tunisia. And now we're getting down to areas where no additional power is needed. Corsica will do 1 more. Oran, we're actually fine. Alright, so that should be fine. And then once these are getting close to finished, well, let's take a look at the transport situation now. Now that we've done that, do we still need additional transport in a lot of areas? Do we still need additional infrastructure in a lot of areas? Ignore all this. None of that matters. Do we have a shortage of market access? Yes. Algiers and Equatoria, we have shortages of market access. Equatoria, I'm going to put these at the top of the queue. And Algiers, we'll put this one at the top of the queue as well, just to get those done as fast as possible. Those are the only ones we need for infrastructure reasons. And then, again, once this round of power plants is finished constructing, we'll do more. The Devil's Railroad, once again. This one in Dahomey. I'm going to say full steam ahead again. Sorry, lads. The Symbolist Manifesto. Following in the footsteps of the decadent movement, the poet Jean Moreau has published an artistic manifesto detailing an artistic tendency which focuses on attempting to express exotic ideals through extravagant analogy and oblique references. Rhythm, the ancient metric enlivened, a chaos learnedly ordered, the rhyme elucescent and beaten as a buckler of gold and bronze, to rhymes of unintelligible fluidity, the Alexandrine with numerous and mobile stopping, the job of first certain numbers, 7, 9, 11, 13, bold in the various rhythmic combinations of which they are a price. Let us dare to live, extra prestige, increase political strength of academics, or any renovation is madness, extra influence, reduce political strength of academics, extra tax spread for society. Ooh, tough decisions. I've got a lot of prestige right now. I think I'm going to go with the second one. I like that extra tax spread. I like that extra influence. That's going to give me a little bit more infamy decay, and that's going to be very good. Railroad boom. The growth of branch lines along the main routes has been immensely valuable to the growth of our burgeoning rail industry. A child has been arrested for picking up coal alongside newly laid tracks. If the youth had been smart enough to steal the whole railroad, he would have been hailed as the Napoleon of industry. The railroads of Congo Oriental shall prosper, extra railway throughput, or the locomotive builders of Ile-de-France shall benefit from the boom. Extra motor industries throughput in Ile-de-France. The second one's definitely a much larger impact, so that's what we're going to do. We're almost down in infamy, and we're up in notifications. My goodness. Things are extremely silly. Alright. Power plants are starting to get towards finished. And there is the war. I'm going to give it a few more weeks with the power plants. Obligation from Ethiopia expiring. And shortage of man wars. Well, it is what it is. Them's the breaks. Is the USA still damaging relations with me? Not really. Only passively. Wonderful. Ottoman Empire, how are you going to do that? A Saxon radical revolt. Curious. Alright, so we've kind of reached, well, we'll do one more week. We'll do one more week, and then we'll talk about transportation. So, we got transport shortages in a lot of areas. I'm going to once again sort by demand. And that's going to give us a better sense of where we need to build up. Now, what I need to do before I do this, I realize, is check the output. So it's going to be 35... Wait. My whole country's electrified, right? Basically. Marrakesh. Where is Marrakesh? Morocco is not electrified. That's what I didn't do. Yeah, because a lot of the... Yes, a lot of... Okay, a lot of areas are electrified, but not the areas I just recently took over. Alright, so that's how I need to be thinking about this problem. So, first of all, power plants, power plants, power plants, power plants, you. These are going at the top of the queue so they get done real fast. Come on, Victoria 3, you can load. You can load. You can do it. Don't crash. Okay, we're good. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just put 1 extra in Inner Morocco and 2 extra in the other areas. Alright, now that that's happening, well, no. But then we're checking the thing that I had meant to check, which is how much transport I get from each level. I get 35 transport from each level of electric trains. So, back to the market, back to the local prices for trains. So for 35 levels, so Alsace-Lorraine, I need like 5 levels. Ile-de-France, we're good. Burgundy, I need like 10 levels, like 12. Rhône, let's go with a nice even 10. Auvergne-Limousin, these areas are good. Aquitaine, let's go with another 5. We'll go with 7 in Aquitaine. French Low Countries looks just fine. Let me see. Niger Delta needs a massive increase. Let's go with 15. No, 20. Because that'll get us 700 more. Actually, I think we need more than that. Let's go with 25 in French Niger Delta. Or Egypt is looking mostly good. Could use maybe 1 more. Piedmont, maybe 3 more. All this stuff is good. Provence, let's produce another 5 levels. Menanjou and Bavaria, y'all are fine. Volta, let's go with 10. Wow, maybe even 15 levels. Maybe 20. No, 15. Let's not go crazy here. Tunisia, we're going to need 10 levels. Amhara, we're going to need 10 levels. Oromia, we're going to need like 7 more. Champagne is just fine. East Hausaland, 10 levels. Guinea, 10 levels. Fez, 15 levels. Almost no transport being produced in Fez. Marrakesh, we'll go with 5 levels. Eastern Mali, building 2 already, gonna need at least 3 more. The Rift Valley, 5 levels easy. No, actually 10. Yeah, 10 levels there. Upper Egypt, let's just go with 3 more. Windward Coast, gonna need easily 5 more. Al Rif, 5 more. Sud Cameroon, 5 more. Senegal, 5 more. Senegal could use a couple more even. Picardy, fine. Kenya, We got 2 in the pot. Let's add 6. Gondar, you're not in the country. You're part of a different country. French Togo. Let's go with... I went with 10 levels. Let's only go with 7. Let me see. Renanie will do 2 more levels. East Switzerland is outside the country. Savoy, 2 more levels. 3 more levels. Western Mali, 3 more levels. Ivory Coast, 4 more levels. Timbuktu, you're fine. Hausaland, you're in Sokoto. Niger, you're fine. Somaliland, you're not in the country. Algiers, we're already building. Guyana, 1 more level should do. We'll do 2. Kordofan is in Egypt. Corsica's fine. Those areas are fine. Wadai, 2 more levels. 3 actually. Eritrea, not in the country. Equatoria, we're going to need 3 more levels. French Carnatic, we'll just do 2. I don't know that we got the labor there to produce much. This is a treaty port. Tabriz will throw in 1 more. And everywhere else looks basically good. That's a lot of transport! International telephone exchange. It's been suggested by establishing a cross-border telephone exchange with the Netherlands, we can improve relations more easily. It certainly cuts down on misunderstandings, so we can just pick up the telephone and work out what's going on across the border. Sounds like a great idea, improves relations, or I don't think so, it doesn't. I'll go with the extra relations. That sounds fine. That having been said, I'm just going to get forward to March, and then we should be good to go for the episode. We've gotten a lot done here. We've done a lot of work with our production methods. We've electrified a lot of areas. But that is going to be all that we've had time for. The standard of living has been stuttering a little bit, but I think this will sort itself out once we've finally gotten our railway situation more sorted out and back in balance. As you can see, the shortages have cleared themselves mostly out in the main parts of the country, so hopefully that'll be good to go. Alright, that's all I got for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.